Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Aging Gracefully. I want to thank you for joining me today. My name is Roseanne, and I want to take a minute to share a little about aging gracefully. The idea for this podcast was birthed from engaging, observing, and interacting with relatives and friends whose lives have been touched, whether directly or indirectly, by the aging process. While some elderly people are able to transition smoothly into the aging process, there are others who are not so fortunate. And this is where my podcast comes in. My family and I have recently started on our journey with my mother. She has dementia. And at first, we thought it was so funny that she was forgetting where she placed things until the reality hit. You see, my family, we usually joke about things like everything that's serious, we make a joke of it. But now we realize that this is real and we have some questions that we really need to answer. Some of them we're thinking about financial obligations. How are we going to take care of our mother? Are we prepared? Does she have enough saved to take care of herself? Do we have to put her in a home? Is there going to be a time when our mother doesn't remember who we are? And these are real conversations that we have to pass the joking stage and start asking ourselves. We really have to dig deep and have these serious conversations. So I don't know if you have been touched by dementia in your family, if anybody in your home, whether your grandparents or if you're about my age, maybe your parents are going through this. But it is a hard thing to see the monarch of your family becoming a child once again. Like, how do you cope with it? What do you do? Do you have enough patience to take care of this person? And these are questions that we really have to think about. When you're about like a young adult, you don't spend time thinking about it. It's like your friends and you building your own family. But when you get to my age and you see your mother, who was this strong hero in your life, becoming a child, then it puts a different spin on things. We have to really begin to see them losing their independence, and we're taking up the slack. We have to be making their appointments. We have to become their chauffeurs. We have to be cooking to make sure that they don't burn the house down. And these are real issues that we have to deal with. Well, in my family, that's what we have to deal with. I don't know what's happening in yours, but I know that if it has not yet happened in your family, it will soon. So have you started thinking about it? What are some things that we can do? Maybe you need to start asking that, having that conversation with your family members. When I started thinking about this, I reflected on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I realized that my mother had gone through almost every stage, but there is a stage that my mother is kind of stuck in. And that is, my mother's childhood was not an easy one. And so her reflections now are really on that time of her life. And the stories that she tells, they're usually between the age of 6 to 18 years old. And we hear these stories over and over about the abuse she endured and how that impacted on her as an adult, a young adult. When I say abuse, I'm talking about verbal and physical. So that's the abuse that she endured. But it has really affected her deeply that even at age 82, she still cries about things that happened. And then I realized my mother has not gotten to this stage that we call self-actualization in Maslow's hierarchy. There are things in my mother's life, whether she wants to admit it or not, that she wished she could do over, that she could live her life in a different way, and so be the person that she wanted to be. But this strong lady, what she did, what she wasn't able to do for herself, she made sure that she put it into her 2 children. She made sure that we lived out our actualization. And so this program is really in honor of my mother. Thank you so much. Aging Gracefully.